Hello, I'm going to go over how to edge a flag. This is just the edge. We're not doing anything else with it. We're just putting an edge on it, put a casing on it so we can put it on a pole. So each of you should have a piece of fabric, poly China silk, and it should be about 37 inches on a short side and about 53 inches on the long side. So we're going to lay it out here flat on the floor. Okay, I like to start with everything laid out like this. I'll put the long end in front of me and the short ends to my left and right, just because most people read from left to right. That seems to make it a little bit easier. We're going to start with the short side to my left, and I'm going to give you 3 options on how to do this, depending on your comfort level. If you've done a lot of sewing, you'll probably want to do it the way I do it, just because it saves time. If you haven't done a whole lot of sewing, you may want to do a few extra steps that I'm going to show you right now, just to feel a little bit more comfortable when we sew it. So I'm going to start with the short edge to my left. I'm going to fold it in about 1/4 inch. Okay, and we can pin this down if we'd like, if you're not very comfortable just making an even edge here. Okay, so I'm going to pin it in about 1/4 inch, and you don't have to pin it. I don't usually do this. Okay, and it doesn't have to be a perfect 1/4 inch, just somewhere close. Okay, if you don't want to pin it and you just want to iron it, that works too. But if you pin it, I also recommend that you iron it. So just press it down so you've got a nice clean edge there. Okay, so once we've got this pinned and ironed, we're going to go to the long edge, and I start with the top one and work my way around clockwise. So I'm going to fold this one in 1/4 inch, and if you want to iron it at that 1/4 inch, that's fine. If you want to go ahead and fold the 2, so we're going to roll it over twice. I'm just going to pin that for you now. So we rolled it over once, twice. I'm going to pin that edge, and then we can go by and press that as well. If you don't want to pin and you just want to go around and press the whole thing, that's great, that's fine too. So I'm going to do this top edge, rolling it once and twice. I'm going to do the short end to my right, rolling it twice, and I'm going to do the bottom edge closest to me twice. Now, the short edge to my left is the only one that I'm going to roll just once. Okay, so all the other edges are going to be rolled twice. Okay, so that's really all the preparation we need, and now we can get sewing. Okay, so here we are at the sewing machine. I'm going to use a small needle because this fabric likes to pucker a little bit if you use a big needle. I'm going to use a 12. Anything above a 12 is going to make the fabric pucker, so I'd use a 12 or below. An 8's probably fine, a 10's probably fine as well. So I'm going to use a small needle, and I'm just going to use regular thread. Black is what I'm using today. White would probably be fine for this as well. And if you want to use something a little bit closer to the color of the flag, that's fine too. But don't go and buy anything special just for a flag. We're just looking for something that isn't going to stand out a whole lot from like 10 feet away. So neon green is probably not your best bet, but black, white, gray, all would be fine. I'm going to use just a basic straight stitch, and I'm going to bump this up to a 3. for the length, and that's about it. So let's get started. Okay, I hope this angle works okay for everybody. So I mentioned I was a little bit more daring, and I don't usually iron or pin my flags just because I've been doing it for a long time, and it saves time if I don't. So I'm just going to take that short edge that I had to my left earlier and just hold it at about 1/4 inch, and I'm going to use my machine to basically guide me on how wide to hold it, so I know where that 1/4 inch is there. So I'm not going to mess with the width at all. I'm just going to stitch along with that edge right under the edge of my presser foot. And I'll stop every now and then and fold the next part over so I'm ready to go. Now if you've already ironed or pinned the edge of your flag, you won't have to stop and hold that edge. So